So if you can have one from each group. Wow,
Ibn Sina Clinic is helping its patients deal with type 2 diabetes.
What we did is that Ibn Sina, in collaboration with the state of Texas, have developed a program, an intervention program for the people in the community.
This is a symbol of your blood vessels, and it's a symbol of the cholesterol slowly building up. If you get too much fat in one setting, they go straight to your fat cells. And as the fat cells build up, you're more insulin resistant. So when you have small saucers and small plates and small bowls at your house, it'll help prevent you from overeating.
This class teaches diabetics what they need to know to get healthier and stay healthy.
The more processed foods we eat, the more fat will be in there and the more sugar. The more natural foods we eat, like your fruits, your vegetables, your proteins, your whole grains, there'll be more fiber in here.
Diabetes is a disease in which your blood sugar or blood glucose is too high and your body cannot properly store it. Type 2 diabetes is usually caused by eating too much of the wrong things, such as an overabundance of fat or sugar, and not enough fruits and vegetables, and not getting enough exercise.
It's enlightened me on a lot of things that I didn't know, so I'm more aware. You know, whereas some of the things I would have eaten together, I'm really thinking differently about now.
It's treatable. It may not be curable, but we can address it by multiple means. Either sometimes it's just simply lifestyle changes or medication plus lifestyle changes. But ultimately, the individual has to take on some responsibility because medications alone can't do it all.
They have to go through a physical activity once a week. They have to go through a diabetic self-management program. They will receive psychosocial support lectures, and they can also get some nutrition counseling.
Because a lot of times when we're sitting down and eating a meal, there's going to be a lot of carbohydrates. These carbohydrates will add up really quickly and fast. 15 grams is one serving. So if you had a tablespoon of sugar, that equals one serving of starch as well. And we're going to go through sugar so quick, so fast, before you know it, we'll be hitting way down here. So this is 30 grams, that's 2 servings. That's like 2 servings of bread, or slices of bread. No, the biggest things with diabetes, it's a lifestyle management, nutrition, healthy activities, and medication. At the same time, if you leave one factor out, it'd be very hard to manage that diabetes.
A lot of it's cultural too. I mean, we see that a lot in our clinic here. We have multiple cultures represented in this clinic. And we see a lot of them, maybe rice is the main food group, where you don't, instead of having a small portion of rice, you have a whole plate of it. So I gotta take that away from them. Or they eat bread with everything, or tortillas. And so you gotta start taking away some things, but then you're compensating with other choices, healthier choices.
It's a totally different change of life. It's changing your mind to do different, to think differently.
And that is exactly what takes place in this class series. Participants learn the effect of food choices on their diabetes and how to do things differently. The diabetes educator focuses on what's in meat.
Lean meat, every ounce is a half a serving of fats. So if you had 4 ounces, how many servings of fat did you just consume? 2. Because if we're getting too much fat, we're going to gain weight. If we consume too much starch, we're going to gain weight. And as we gain weight, this will occur.
He reveals the sugar content in soda.
The Coca-Cola, this is just 3 ounces. So every little ounce, wow, it really adds up quickly. The Coca-Cola, 3 ounce. That's not even the whole Coke. It's just like a small sip. Most people grab a big hand of cookies.
And shows his students the fat in common snacks and treats.
This is cheese puffs. But you're like, but there's cheese in there. But take a look, that's a lot of fat. So if you're gonna eat cheese, make sure it's real cheese, not cheese puffs. These are donuts. And that's without the glaze. Because donuts are deep fried donuts. And so what we're gonna do is, that's just one little donut. Wow, that's a lot.
While type 2 diabetes can eventually be brought under control with proper diet, it's not something that should be ignored. It's a serious condition that can cause major health problems if not addressed.
Blindness, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, loss of limb, and even ultimately death. We've had multiple patients with sky-high sugars that had to hurry up and go to the hospital. It can cause death. I don't want to scare anybody, but it needs to be dealt with.
We want to go down together, go down, pull down. All right, come up, come up, come up, higher, higher, higher. Yeah, there you go. And bring it back down, further, further.
And then there is exercise. Most of the participants are not used to daily physical activity, so he starts them off at a slow pace.
Pretend you're drawing the bow and arrow. Pull back. There we go, good. Bring it back together. Now switch side, pull back. So this right here really helps out the shoulder complex, because everyone eventually will experience shoulder pain, discomfort, and so the better and the stronger your shoulders are to support your arms, then less injuries.
The Ibn Sina Diabetes class series is a one-year program.
Then what happens is that by the end of 4th month, they will complete their intervention tasks. Then we give them some workshops, and they will go through some lectures program. And after 1 year, we'll see what the impact they achieved. We have gone through these in 1 year, and what we have seen is a very good improvement in their sugar control, a good control in their hemoglobin A1C, a reduction in their waistline, and very good improvement in their BMI.
60 people have already gone through this program. Out of that first group, more than half begun participating in a regular exercise program once they leave the confines of the Ibn Sina classes.
If somebody says you're a borderline diabetic, you're a diabetic. There's no such thing as borderline. So you need to start there. I didn't know. I just thought borderline meant, that's nothing to it. If I would have worked way back then, I think I would have been much better off than I am now.